Let's go to page 139 and start with number 31. So this one you have three inequalities. You got x is greater than or equal to 0. You got y is greater than or equal to 0. And you got x plus 2y is less than or equal to 4. Okay, so let's go and do one at a time. Okay, so that's x. This is y-axis. Okay, so this one, the x is greater than or equal to 0. So here's the x, here's just 0. So this would be okay, so that's this one here. Okay. The next one is y is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so that's again that's the started line. This is the started line. And this would be like this. Okay, greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Then you have to graph this one. This one again we can use the intercept method. So when x equal to 0, again think of this as equal. So divide by 2. So y will equal to 2. Okay, so 0, 2. So 0, 2 it will be right over here. Okay. And then you make y equal to 0, then x will equal to 4. Wait. When y equal to 0, x will equal to 4. So when y equal to 0, x equal to 4. Okay, so this 4, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right over here. Okay. Okay, and then you have to do the testing. Okay. So if you choose a 0, 0 as your testing point. Now this one we don't have to do the testing point because this is so obvious. But this one is not as obvious, so let's do the testing point. So let's use the 0, 0 as your testing point. So you put 0, 0 in here, you're going to get 0 less than or equal to 4. So that is true. Okay? So this point is true. That means your graph is going to go this way. Okay? So now your final answer is a part that is shaded in three times. So over here this 1 time, over here is 2 times, over here is 2 times, over here is none, over here is 1 time, 2 times. This is 1 time. So the area that's got shading 3 times is this area right over here. This little triangle right over here. Okay? And that would be your answer for number 31. Okay, let's go to the next one, number 33. Okay, you got y minus x is greater than or equal to 0. You got y plus x is greater than 0. And we got y minus 2 is less than 0. Okay. So let's go and do this one first. Okay. Now when you're doing this one, notice if you let x equal to 0, then y will equal to 0. So you got 0, 0. So that's your origin. Okay, so that means you cannot use the intercept, 2 intercepts. So you have to get another point. So you just choose any value for the x. So for example, if you just choose a random number, like you want to choose like a big number. So let's say if you let x equal to like 5. So if x equal to 5, then y have to x equal to 5. They have to be the same, right? 5 minus 5 give you 0, right? Okay, so you can. These are easy equations, so you can just do that and check. So you're going to get this point, and then you're going to get 5, 5. Now this is going to be open circle because there's no equal, right? This is just greater than. Okay, so this will be dash line, so it will be dot, 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 right? Okay, so now you have to do the testing point. Now the testing point, you want to choose a testing point that is not on the line. So you cannot choose 0, 0, you cannot choose 1. Okay? So I'm going to just choose a random point. I'm going to choose this point over here. I can choose easy point. So I'm going to choose 0, 1. Okay? choose 0, 1. So you put over here, you're going to get 1 minus 0 greater than 0. So this is true, right? So this point is true. That means the graph is shaded in, it's going to be shaded in on this side. Okay, you shade in the part that is true. So this point is true, that means this half is true. Okay, now let's go and do this one. Again, if you let x equal to 0, then y will equal to 0. So you run into the same problem. Okay, you only have one point. Then you're going to choose another point. So if you let x equal to choose another, again, random point, so that y equal to 4, okay, and then you're going to get y plus 4 equal to 0. Remember, when you're choosing the intercept points, you want to treat it as equal, right? So y will equal to negative 4, okay? So you're going to get 4, negative 4. So you're going to get 4, negative 4. Again, you can just choose any random point. And again, this is going to be a dashed line. Okay, and again, you're going to choose a testing point. Okay, again, choose any random point that is not on this line. Okay, so I'm going to choose, again, choose an easy point. So I'm going to choose 2, 0. So if you put 2, 0 in there, so you're going to get 0 plus 2 is greater than 0. So that's true. So this point is true. That means this point is true for this line now. Okay, so you have to keep track of your lines. Which line are you doing? Okay, and when you're doing the shading, you always do perpendicular to the line you're doing. Okay, now let's go and do this one over here. So this one you can plus 2 on both sides. So you're going to get y less than 2. So this is very easy. Y is less than 2. So it's going to be like this over here, and it's going to be dashed line. And it's less than, so it's going to be over here this way. Okay, so the part that's shaded in 3 times is this little triangle right over here. Okay, because this got shaded twice. This is 1 time, 1 time, 2 times, 2 times, 1 time. So this is only, so triangle right over here. So that's your final answer. So when you're doing the inequality, make sure you able to distinguish what is the final answer. Okay, so like this one here, you can see obviously that this is the final answer, the pink triangle. Okay, so make sure you communicate clearly what is your final answer. Okay, let's go to the next one. So you got x is greater than or equal to 0. And you got y greater than or equal to 0. You got x plus y is less than or equal to 6. And x minus y is less than or equal to 2. Now, when things get complicated, what you want to do is you want to do the most complicated equation first. Okay? Do the most complicated one first. And save this for later because these are obvious and this is very easy to do. So don't do this first because you're going to get confused. Okay. Okay, so let's go and do this one first. Okay, so you can use your intercept method. So let x equal to 0, then y will equal to 6. And if you let y equal to 0, then x will equal to 6. Okay, so that's going to get those 2 points. And this is going to be a started line. So pay close attention to a started line, dash line. Okay, when you have that little equal, it's a started line. Okay, when you don't have this equal, it's a dash line. Okay, then let's do the testing point. I'm going to use the 0, 0 as my testing point. Okay, so 0, 0 you put in here, you're going to get 0 plus 0 is less than or equal to 6. So this is true. Okay, so we're going to shade in. So this point is true. That means this half is true. Okay, now let's go and do this one. Okay, so again, let x equal to 0, then y will equal to negative 2. You just divide by negative 1. Okay, then if you y equal to 0, then x will equal to 2. Okay, so for this one, you're going to get 0, negative 2 right over here. And you're going to get 2, 0 is right over here. And this is going to be a solid line. Okay, now for this one, again, I'm going to use a 0, 0 as my testing point. The reason I use 0, 0 because it's the easiest point. Okay, so you got 0 minus 0 is less than or equal to 2. So that's true again. Okay, so this point is true for this line. So it's going to go this way. And make sure you always shade perpendicular to the line. That way you know which shading is for which line. Okay, so you can always go perpendicular to the line. Okay, now let's go and do this one over here. So let's just do this one. So x is greater than or equal to 0. So that's this one here. Okay, again you can offset a little bit so you can see what the line is. And it's greater than, so it's going to be this way. Okay, and then you got y greater than or equal to 0, so that is this one here. And the shading is greater than, so it's this way here. So your final answer is the one that's shaded in 4 times. Okay, so it would be this area right over here. Okay, so that's number 35. Okay. And let's go to 37. So number 37, you got 0 is less than or equal to y, less than or equal to 3. Okay, so this, if you separate, you're going to get 0 is less than or equal to y, and, right? When you have this kind of situation, it's always and y is less than or equal to 3. Okay, so if you to graph these, so this is actually is much easier to graph now. Okay, so y is greater than or equal to 0. So that is going to be this part right over here. And y is less than or equal to 3. And it's down below. So, and you have to be down here. So your final answer is this part right over here. Your answer is this part right over here. Okay? Okay, so that's number 37. Okay, let's go to number 39. Yeah, so we have x minus 2 is that's equal to 2. Okay? So again, this one you can separate. You can have x minus 2 is less than 2, and this is toward that, so it's and. X minus 2 is greater than negative 2. Right? So absolute value, isolate absolute value, separate into 2, and then you can go and solve. So plus 2 on both sides. So x is less than 4, and you plus 2 on each side. So x is greater than 0. So when you graph this one, so x has to be less than 4. Remember, when there's no y, so it's going to be a vertical line. Okay, it's less than 4. It's going to be this way, and it's greater than 0. I'm going to offset a little bit so you can see what the line is. Okay, so it's greater than 0 and it's less than 4. Okay, so your graph would be this region right over here. Okay, and that would be the graph for number 39. Okay. Okay, let's go to number 41. Okay, you got absolute value of x is less than or equal to 2. Absolute value of y is less than or equal to 3. Okay? Okay, so again, you can separate. So you got x is less than or equal to 2 and x is greater than or equal to negative 2. So let's graph this one first. Okay, so this one we kind of have experience with this one already. So basically combining these two. Okay, so x is greater than or equal to 2, less than or equal to 2. Okay, and it's greater than or equal to negative 2. So this would be this. So this would be this over here. Okay, so that is this one here. Okay. Then you have to do the y. So again, you're going to have y is less than or equal to 3 and y is greater than or equal to negative 3. Okay, so for this one, okay, so you're going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be this way and this way over here. And it's going to be this. Okay. So the answer that incorporate both would be this rectangle right over here. Okay.